What if I told you there's a creature living in our oceans today that has found a biological loophole, a way to cheat death? It's not a myth. It's not science fiction. It's real. And it's called Turritopsis dohrnii, the so-called immortal jellyfish. While we humans spend trillions of dollars trying to fight aging, this tiny jellyfish has evolved to do something that seems impossible. It doesn't grow old. In fact, when it's injured or threatened, it goes backward. It literally resets its life. But how does it work? And what does it say about our own obsession with immortality? Let's dive into the science, the mystery, and even the philosophy of the only known creature that may never die. Turritopsis dohrnii is a species of jellyfish that originates in the Mediterranean Sea, though it has now spread around the world. It's incredibly small, only about 4 to 5 millimeters wide when fully grown. That's about the size of your pinky nail. Yet, despite its tiny form, it holds a secret no other known animal does. It can reverse its aging process and start its life over again. This process isn't something it does just once. In theory, it can repeat this cycle indefinitely. Most animals follow a straight line: birth, growth, reproduction, death. But Turritopsis dohrnii goes in a circle. So, how does it work? When most jellyfish mature, they die shortly after reproducing. But when this jellyfish is exposed to stress, injury, starvation, or even aging, it triggers a process called transdifferentiation. That's a big word, but here's the idea. Its cells literally transform from one type to another. Muscle cells can become nerve cells. Nerve cells can become reproductive cells. It's as if the jellyfish has a cellular reset button. Instead of dying, it reverts into its earlier life stage, called a polyp, and starts all over again. Imagine if, as an adult human, you could just transform back into a baby, keep your memories, and live again. That's what makes Turritopsis dohrnii so special. It isn't immortal in the sense that it can't be killed. It can still die from predators, disease, or environmental changes. But aging? That's optional. Even among nature's most remarkable survivors, tardigrades, hydras, or planarian worms, none demonstrate true, repeated biological rejuvenation like this jellyfish. Scientists are still studying how exactly it does this, and whether its mechanisms could one day inspire treatments for age-related diseases in humans. Let's be honest. Humanity has always been obsessed with the idea of immortality. Ancient myths told of the fountain of youth. Emperors sought the elixir of life. Philosophers and poets wrote endlessly about cheating death. And in the modern era, we've poured billions into anti-aging medicine, cryogenics, longevity research, and even mind uploading. But let's pause for a moment and reflect. What would it really mean to live forever? At first, it sounds like a gift. You'd never have to say goodbye. You'd have endless time to learn, to love, to explore. But the truth is more complicated. Imagine watching your loved ones grow old and pass away, over and over. Imagine society changing in ways you can't recognize. Imagine boredom, detachment, the loss of meaning. Perhaps it's our mortality that gives life its urgency, its beauty. The immortal jellyfish doesn't have emotions, relationships, or dreams. It simply resets, over and over. Is that living, or just surviving? Let me ask you something. If you had the chance to live forever, would you take it? Would you press the reset button like the jellyfish, again and again, knowing that you might never truly grow old, but also never truly grow? Or would you embrace your humanity, with all its limits, because it gives meaning to each moment? I'd love to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in the possibility of human immortality? Is it something we should even be striving for? Like this video if it made you think. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into science, life, and the strange corners of existence. Because sometimes, the tiniest creatures teach us the biggest lessons. Thank you for watching.